Have you ever wondered why did our ancestors build these grand gateways? When did they first appear? And what divine meaning hides behind their colossal heights? The Pallavas of the Kanchipuram are credited with the earliest forms of Gopuram like gateways. Every part of the Gopuram tells a spiritual story. Have you ever stood before a South Indian temple and looked up to see a magnificent tower touching the clouds? That awe-inspiring structure is called a Gopuram, the mighty gateway that guards the sacred world within. But have you ever wondered why did our ancestors build these grand gateways? When did they first appear? And what divine meaning hides behind their colossal heights? Let's travel back thousands of years to uncover the story of the first Gopuram, a story where architecture meets the divinity. The word Gopuram comes from the Tamil and Sanskrit roots, Go meaning earth, cow or census, and Puram meaning the gateway or town. Together, it means the gateway that leads from the earthly realm to the divine city. In ancient times, temples were seen not just as places of worship, but as miniature universes, cosmic models of creation itself. So the Gopuram wasn't just a decorative entrance, it was a spiritual threshold marking the line between the human world and the divine abode. The idea of the temple tower was born during the early Dravidian period, roughly around the 6th to 8th century CE. In the beginning, temples were simple, small shrines with a sanctum and a basic entrance. But as kingdoms grew stronger, especially the Pallavas, Cholas and Pandyas, temple architecture evolved into massive complexes that represented divine cities on earth. The Pallavas of the Kanchipuram are credited with the earliest forms of Gopuram-like gateways. One of the first known examples of such an early Gopuram can be seen at the Kailasanatha temple in Kanchipuram, built by the King Narasimhavarman II in the 8th century CE. These early Gopurams were small and simple, often just ornamental doorways to the main temple enclosure. Then came the Chola dynasty, 9th to 13th century CE, a golden age for South Indian architecture. While the Pallavas gave birth to the idea, the Cholas gave it grandeur. The Chola kings like Rajaraja Chola I and the Rajendra Chola I built enormous temples, such as the Brihadishwara temple at Tanjavur. Though the main tower or vimana of this temple is world famous, this period also marked the expansion of the temple gateway, the Gopuram, to match the greatness of the sanctum. The Gopurams became taller, more detailed and richly decorated with sculptures depicting gods, demons and mythological stories. They were not just entrances anymore, they became spiritual monuments in themselves. But the real transformation of Gopuram into towering skyscrapers of spirituality came during the Pandya and Vijayanagara periods, 13th to 17th century CE. The Pandyas, ruler of the Madurai, expanded the Meenakshi Amman temple and built some of the earliest large-scale Gopurams. Later, under the Vijayanagara Empire, kings like Krishnadevaraya perfected the art. Temples such as Srirangam Ranganatha Swami Temple, Virupaksha Temple in Hampi and Chidambaram Nataraja Temple reached breathtaking heights. The Rajagopuram of Srirangam, standing at 72 meters, became one of the tallest in Asia, symbolizing the cosmic mountain Meru, the axis of the universe in Hindu cosmology. Every part of the Gopuram tells a spiritual story. The base represents the earthly realm, where humans live bound by desires and karma. The middle tiers, filled with divine sculptures, represent higher planes of consciousness, the spiritual journey. The topmost golden kalasam represents moksha, the union with the supreme divine. Thus, when a devotee passes beneath the Gopuram, it's not just walking through a doorway, symbolically entering the divine cosmos, leaving behind worldly attachments. These ancient builders were not only spiritual visionaries but also master engineers. The Gopurams were built with precision geometry, perfectly aligned with the cardinal directions north, south, east, and west. Their tapering design helps to balance massive height, allowing them to rise high without modern machinery. And the stone carvings acted as sound diffusers, spreading the vibration of chants and bells across the temple town. The Gopurams thus became both a spiritual antenna and acoustic marvel, channeling divine energy and sacred sound vibrations into the atmosphere. Beyond its spiritual purpose, the Gopuram played a vital role in daily life. It stood as a landmark guiding travelers from far away. It symbolized the presence of Dharma in every town. During temple festivals, the Gopuram became the center of celebration, adorned with lights and flowers, a message to the world that divinity is alive here. Even in times of war or droughts, people would look to the towering Gopuram and find hope and strength. Even today, centuries later, the Gopurams stand tall, guarding not just temples but the spirit of ancient India. From Madurai Meenakshi Temple to Srirangam, Chidambaram, and Kanchipuram, each Gopuram whispers stories of kings, sculptors, saints, and seekers who dreamed of touching the heavens. These are not mere monuments, they are stone prayers rising to the sky. The Gopuram teaches us one eternal truth. No matter how high we rise in life, our foundation must remain strong like the temple base. And as we climb higher through faith, knowledge, and goodness, we reach closer to the divine light above. So, next time you walk under a Gopuram, remember, you are not just entering a temple, you are crossing the gateway between the human and the divine, a sacred bridge built by the wisdom of our ancestors thousands of years ago. If you love exploring the mysteries of ancient India, its forgotten temples, sacred stories, and hidden meaning, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to LARA'S Ancient Tales, where every story takes you one step closer to the divine past. Until next time, keep exploring and keep wondering.